Hi, I'm Mario.
And I'm Mike.
And I'm from MarioLikesMovies.com.
And I'm from Maniac Films.
Both on the internet. And in your local store.
Mm-hmm. Some of them.
Yes. We are here with another edition of On the Table, where we put Sloppy the Psychotic on the table.
That was a neat trick. How'd you do that?
Movie magic. And by movie magic, I mean really bad special effects.
Ooh.
So, what is Sloppy the Psychotic?
Sloppy the Psychotic is my second feature film. It's about a children's clown who kind of loses his mind and becomes a...
A psychotic?
Exactly. It's not just a clever name.
Oh, I thought it was.
Some think it is, some think it's not. And kind of goes down on his luck, turns to the bottle, and he just starts killing everyone that he comes across.
So, where did you come up with the concept for a clown movie? Being a clown aficionado, and I love clown horror, that is a thing. Where did you come up with this?
Eric Ficky, who played the Goat Man in my first movie, Deadly Detour, he and I stayed in touch afterwards, and he's a writer and he writes a couple movies, and we were talking on the phone one day and he was pitching one towards me like, you should make it, it's good, and I read it, I was like, yeah, it's okay, but it's not really my style. I like to do things that are more sloppy, and he cuts me off and he goes, yeah, and psychotic, and then we were both sort of like, hey, that's kind of neat sounding. So we stayed on the phone for like an hour afterwards, and we're just talking, yeah, we can make it about a killer clown and this and that, and we just kind of kept going at it, and maybe a week later we started actually writing it, and he would write a couple pages of ridiculous and impossible to do shit, and then send it to me, and I'm like, all right. So I rewrote what was possible, and I'd add a couple pages, and I'd send it back, and then maybe 3-4 weeks later we had a script, and I was like, yeah, this is good enough, let's make it.
Nice. Was there any problems before you shot, or after you shot, or during?
Like production holdups?
Yeah.
Well, the one problem that was always there is, as you've probably seen, you had a small role in my newest movie.
Yeah.
I kind of do everything.
Yeah.
I shoot, I do sound.
One-man crew, yeah.
Yeah, I do the special effects, I direct, I produce, I schedule everything. But with Sloppy, I also acted in it, so I would set everything up, have someone else do the camera, and then that was always a minor holdup, but nothing major. But the only, I think, real hang-up we ever ran into was when the cops came to one of the shoots one time. We were shooting in a park at night, the scene where the guy's getting a blowjob, and then I come up and I shove the cane in. So we got me dressed as a clown, a guy naked, and a girl pretending to blow him, and the cops come. Like, what the hell are you guys doing here? Like, we're filming a movie. They're like, oh, let me guess, you're gonna kill a clown or whatever. I said, yeah. So they were pretty cool about it. They were like, all right, look, you can't be here at night. They said we could shoot in the parking lot. We wanted to go up kind of in the actual park and shoot. They said, you can shoot right here. You have an hour, and then you got to get the hell out of here.
That's good, because around me, they would just be like, go home or you're getting arrested. There's no, you have an hour.
Yeah, in Philadelphia, they're kind of that way, but luckily we're like...
On the outskirts?
A quarter mile outside of Philadelphia in Delaware County, and they're still impressed with filmmaking. So like, oh, you're making a movie, that's cool, what's your name? Most of the time we tell them it's a student film, but...
well, that's the best thing to say, because then you need permits and stuff, and that's bad. Now, you said student film. What actually got you into filmmaking in general?
I think when I was like 24, 25, me and a couple buddies were like, one day we were like, yeah, let's make a movie. And so we would get together at the one guy's apartment. And it wouldn't amount to more than us just drinking and talking about that we think would be cool in a movie. And so nothing happened.
No, obviously.
So 2-3 years later, I'm like, what? I really do want to make a movie. So I called the one guy. I'm like, yo, man, remember we used to get together, talk about making a movie or whatever? You want to do it for real? And he's like, yeah. What do we do? I said, I don't know. I'll call you back in a month. So I went out and I started buying books on how to make movies.
Yeah. And
I read 4 or 5. So I called him back. I'm like, all right, let's do it. He said, what do we do? I said, well, we write a script. So we went from there. We wrote it and cast it and did it. And it was basically just kind of an idea, like starting a band or a magazine or anything else. We're like, okay, let's give it a shot.
So that's all the knowledge you had was a few books and it, let's do it.
And watching a lot of movies. Yeah, that's it. That's all you need.
Does Sloppy mimic any part of your life, or is it just straight up character? Did you write yourself in any of your scripts? I ask everybody this, so because it seems like a lot of their characters are a little personal.
When we were writing Sloppy, I'm reading it, and Eric would usually write a bit and then send it to me, and then I'd add and send back. And as we're writing, I'm like, Eric's writing about himself. It's obvious here. Whether he was or not, I don't know. Eric, sorry if you weren't. But then once Sloppy became kind of an alcoholic, I'm like, all right, Eric's taking a shot at me with this, because I don't think I have a problem or anything, but sometimes I'm kind of quiet and reserved and nice, and then when I drink, I'm a little outgoing. Well, you know how we met.
Yeah. So he's very friendly. He likes hugs. My friend has a free hug shirt that I want to get him for Christmas.
Yeah, size large.
Large, okay.
So aside from that, not really. I mean, every character I've ever written has parts of you. I think every writer injects a bit of them in their characters, but I'm not a killer or a pedophile or rapist or anything.
Now, your film company, Maniac Films, you've done 2 movies, you've got a 3rd one in the works. What is your next film? Now, to let everybody know, since the trailer just launched.
It's called IBS, with the tagline of, when he's got to go, you got to go. It's
I see what you did there.
You like that?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I did it on purpose.
Really? I thought it was completely by accident.
Well, I've been in front of the camera once or twice, man.
Oh, okay.
But one of the guys who was in both of my movies is always traveling around the country with me to film fest or whatever, and he's always hounding me, Mike, you gotta give me bigger parts. You gotta give me my own movies.
I assume this is Mr. Big Things, right?
James Costa, yes. So he's like, I was Deadly Detour, and if you gave me more than Sloppy, I would have been in that movie too. So I was like, all right, I will make a movie for you. And when we travel, he always has the wherever we go. So he's like, all right, what do you want to do it about? I was like, I'm just going to do it about you, man. So we're in Kentucky at a film festival, and he goes, he's pushing it on me, make a movie for me. Come on, write something. I was like, all right. So he's like, oh, shit, I'll be back. So he goes to the bathroom and he comes back. I was like, here, I wrote something. IBS, when he's got to go, you've got to go. He's like, oh, I love that. That sounds great. So I'm like, maybe we really will do this. So I wrote out kind of an outline. He's like, yeah, I like it. Let's do it. And then I, wrote a whole script. I was like, yeah, fuck it. This is fun. Let's do it.
So in Sloppy and a lot of trending films, I've noticed there's lots of nudity, male and female, lots of gore. What is your take on nudity and gore on top of the fact that you use it in your films?
When I watch movies, it's not necessary. But I think for people in my situation who kind of want to leave an impression, we don't have money for car chases and explosions and shit like that. So, how can we kind of leave an impression with some penises being cut off or whatever? So, we want to give you all the shock value we can for your dollar. So
the most bang for our buck.
Yeah, exactly. So, is it important when I go to see a movie? No. Is it important when I make a movie? Yeah.
So basically, anything horror you do will have body parts, clothed, unclothed, and cut off.
Yeah, I think it's fun for me. It's fun for the actors. They're usually a little hesitant going in, but afterwards, like, wow, that was a lot of fun. And it's just it adds to the fun of everything. I
agree, because if my cohort Dave was here, he would say we've seen some tragic nudity before in some movies. So I always ask that question because a lot of people are like, oh, if I don't see tits, I'm just like, and then, so. Well,
I don't want to cater to the perverts. In future films, I'm considering making, like, disgusting nudity, like nudity you don't want to see, like.
Yeah, we were discussing that before. Yeah.
I think that might be the next thing. Like, instead of seeing, like, someone getting their head cut off and you going like that, it's like seeing someone's
boobs
deformed
with, like,
boobs, or it's like, or someo's giant ass that looks like a melted golf ball or something. It's like, oh God, I don't want to see that. So that might be the next thing for me.
That actually sounds great.
Thank you.
So, what kind of movies did you grow up liking that maybe influenced you a little bit for what you're doing now?
A lot of I grew up in the 80s, so a lot of
the
80s monster and exploitation movies. And strangely enough, Sunday matinees on UPN or whatever it is around here always had Kung Fu theater. And I've watched them religiously too. So Kung Fu movies as well.
Nice.
But yeah, the old monster slashers.
Yeah, so basically the same thing I liked. Yeah.
The same thing everyone in this industry likes, most likely.
Now that Sloppy's out, it's getting distribution for 2013. When will it be in stores? April. You can get it online now, if I'm not mistaken, right? Through Chemical Burn?
Chemical Burn's listing it on their website.
I saw it.
I don't know if you order it and you get it in April, but from what I'm reading, if you order it now, you can get it now.
I suggest picking up this movie. I really, really liked it. Besides the fact that I am a huge mark for clown horror, putting that aside, this movie is well-paced. The ending you can't beat it. Hollywood can't beat Descending. Other indie filmmakers, in my opinion, are going to have a hard time topping this. I think you're going to have a hard time topping this.
I'm worried about that myself.
Check out Sloppy the Psychotic. Pick it up. Buy it. So check out Sloppy the Psychotic. Will we see Sloppy again, sir?
I've had people ask me to make a sequel, obviously, the people that liked it. And I never really took it under much consideration. But I have a guy who is trying to talk me into it and may or may not pay for it. So if that pulls through, yes, you will. If not, I'm not paying for another one. Sloppy was fun to make. I liked how it turned out, but it was a headache, you know, being the star or whatever. Yeah. I'd much prefer just to direct someone else. But yeah, if he pulls through, I'll make another one. Or if people hound me enough and really like it, and
I'll give you a quarter to start the fund.
Oh,
I think I have one.
I get a scene or two out of a quarter. Yeah, send it over.
That pays for what, like half a second of time?
Yeah, I could probably get 2 actors for it and maybe half a cup of blood.
I have an important question. You are clearly an independent filmmaker. Indie or Hollywood? For you.
Well, I'm slightly biased because I am indie. Yeah. But I still lean towards indie. I think a lot of the Hollywood stuff is kind of boring and played out.
It's all cookie cutter.
Yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of the indie is that as well, but you have a better chance finding something more original, you know, in the independent arena than in Hollywood. So I still, you know, I don't go to a lot of the Metroplex premieres, but I try to support the indie films that come out and check them out. And generally, I think they got a little bit of a leg up on the Hollywood with the storytelling and.
So, I made up these fake awards called the Bronze Antenna Awards. This is not a bronze antenna. It is a wooden elephant in a plastic box.
I see that.
But this is for Best Independent Movie of 2012, and it goes to Mike O'Mahony for Sloppy the Psychotic.
Oh my god. I don't know what to say.
I don't know. I hope you like your wooden elephant.
I do. I'm going to make room on my trophy shelf for it. And, place it next to my many other award. And it'll look good. Yeah.
Right next to Rawhead Rex.
Right. Yeah. Maybe in front of Rawhead Rex.
Yeah. So, this is Mario for Channel 12 Public Access News, and I'm joined by Sloppy the Clown. How are you doing today, Sloppy?
Very good.
We're here because Sloppy is back on track with his clown act. Who writes this stuff? So, you have a birthday party coming up this Saturday?
That's right, yes. This Saturday afternoon I have a special birthday party that I'm doing.
Where can people contact you, Sloppy?
Well, you can find Sloppy on Facebook or email at sloppysmiles@yahoo.com.
Ah, nice. So you have a trick to show us later, right?
Yes. Yes, a very, very special trick.
Ah. Got anything to drink?
Yeah, I might have something around we can have.
Okay. Stay tuned after the break.
Whoa. Sloppy remembers his first beer too.
So, Sloppy, what's your favorite Mortician album?
She hacked up for barbecue, I would say.
Huh. That's not at all topical, is it? So, chocolate cake or strap-ons?
Chocolate cake.
Pineapples or chocolate dead actual rabbits?
Pineapples.
So, rainbows or... So, desserts